I use my hand mostly.
Just them couple
Did
swift.
you get my earrings out the kitchen?
Come on in, y'all.
Get my earrings.
Look at that. That's too many.
Come on in, everybody.
I think
Yes, how y'all feeling out there?
they're on the tape.
I want y'all to make yourselves at home. We about to do a nice little quick interview, special scope. The kids are still up. They up. They all of them up. Look, and they, you know what I'm saying? They all up and they live and in charge, boy. There's Harvest. That's little Zay Zay. There's Peanut.
No, say
It's only
hi.
one down.
All right. So
No, David.
do me a favor. I know it's 10 o'clock.
Oh,
All right. So if you can't invite your followers, we're going to talk about what we would do different if we could be single again. We definitely want to share with you guys. This is going to be coming from 3 married couples that have all been married a collective 12 years together. Oh man! So y'all share y'all's followers, get some folks in here, and yeah, we got 3 years over here.
3 years.
That's 6.
They about to be 4.
So already at 10 years. So we're gonna. So what I want to do, I'm gonna do a quick roll call. Give me your status. What are you? Are you single or married right now? Paul, what's up, man? Good to see you. Give me single, married, dating. Those are what I need to know. Single, married, dating. 1, 2, ready, go. We got married, single, 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 married, single, 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 single and ready to mingle.
Come on.
Hey, single and ready to mingle. All right, so sing on my friend's behalf, and I'm married. Oh, this is gonna be good. Yes, it's gonna be real good. We're gonna tell the truth, the real truth, and nothing but the truth. So help me God. Married 100 years. Come on, Kenneth Hutchison. That's the balcony passing right there. The balcony passing right there.
Y'all
All right.
real good.
So let's go ahead. We're gonna go ahead and rock and roll. I'm gonna introduce the couples, and we're gonna allow them to kind of just share snippets of what they would go back and do differently now being married. So hopefully this will bless you. Those of you that are single, it will bless you to kind of see what are some things you should be focusing in on that are really much more important in their single season than you really think. And for those that are married, you can just relate with this topic in the sense of what would you do different now that you are married. All right, so let's talk about it. I'm gonna let my wife start, and then we're gonna go around the room. I'm gonna let Natasha go first, and then we're gonna go around the room, and I'm gonna introduce each couple to you. All right, so babe, we're gonna start with you.
Hey everybody, so the 2 things that I would work more on prior to getting married would be, number 1 would be my finances. I would have been more like proactive in preparing financially, as well as, dealing with debt and all those different things, and really just knowing like, okay, where should my money go, how to steward it, and so forth. And so the first thing would be my finances. And the second thing would be, I really would have got a lot of emotional healing, quote unquote deliverance, really being able to dig into those areas of my life where trauma may have taken place, to where I could have known, okay, what are my triggers? Why do I get upset easily? Why do I cry over this? I think that really would have helped me in the beginning of my marriage. So first one would be finances, second would be deliverance.
So she says Natasha said she would do finances, was really getting that practical area of her life together, and then second would be deliverance. Why deliverance now that you see it in marriage? What is you not getting deliverance the way you wanted to play the impact on your marriage?
I would say, like, I could think about even in our first year of marriage, there were a lot of things that I was not comfortable with communicating with, because I didn't really have a language for what really took place when I was younger. I just thought that it was normal, the way that I responded, how I would just keep things inside, and then when things would get really heated, I would just, just throw up on my husband. There were times where I wouldn't talk to him for hours, times to where I wanted to leave, and times where I would just walk out and drive away. And
so you attribute that to what? You attribute that
to not having really someone in my life who was specifically honing into those areas of my life, to where it's like, hey, Natasha, why do you do that? And not even just asking, why do you do that? But, what do you think is the cause of it? And what can you do to not make that happen again?
Got it. Good job. So for Natasha's finances, and she would have got more deliverance. And yes, we do have another baby on the way. She's in the belly. So, yes, Lord. All right, now we got the McCullums. This is Nate and Erica McCullum. They are a phenomenal powerhouse couple. We love them. Dear friends of ours. They got married a week after us. So we were not able to be at each other's weddings, but we do celebrate one another each and every day. This is their little boy, Zay right here. He's a man of God in the brewing, and he's a potential for harvest. Yes, he is. And so it's the real deal. No games around here. So I'm not sure who wants to go first. We're gonna let them rock and roll.
Yeah. I wish I would have had a deeper understanding of marriage and what it truly is biblically, because marriage exposes you.
Yeah.
So the thing about it is it exposes me as an individual woman, and it exposes my husband as an individual man. So I wish I would have, as Natasha said, I wish I would have gotten some deep soul counseling and actually looked at myself before I added his baggage onto my own. That's all I have to say right now.
I mean, just tell the truth, woman of God. Jesus. Added his baggage onto mine.
That's all I have to say right now.
So that's yours? So she said that. She said soul counseling, everybody. She would have got some soul counseling. I got today. Do y'all see a pattern here?
Yes. I'd probably say, and I don't mean to be repetitive, but I think it kind of goes across the board in dealing with the issues of the soul. You know, you like my wife said, things are exposed in the seasons of testing, in the seasons of trial, and things that like, hey, I had no idea this was here, begin to arise, and it's like, well, you know, how do we deal with this? How do we approach this? You know, because you're not dealing with it from more than just one aspect. You're dealing with it from your aspect. You're dealing with it for her aspect. And now that we have a little one, you're dealing with it from his aspect. And so it's it becomes a double-sided type of situation, or a three-sided type of situation. It's like, hey, we got to get this together for me. We got to get it together for you. We got to get it together for him, so that, you know, there could be harmony within the house. But along with that, I would probably say as well as finances, I learned a lot about how to deal with finances after marriage. Despite all of the lessons that my dad, when your parents try to tell you stuff, please. At my wedding, my dad was like, you know, the parents gave their big speeches on the stage and stuff. My dad, I thought he was gonna say some sappy love, like, "Oh, son, since you were born," he said, "Hey, don't get in debt, save your money." So forth and so on. And so I learned a lot about finances as far as investing, IRAs, different things like that after getting married. And so if I would have took advantage of those resources that were available to me beforehand, you know, I think it would have just saved a lot of unneeded and unnecessary hurdles that we had to cross and get over. So soul health, soul prosperity, and finance.
Wow.
And I'd have got my bike. I'd have bought my bike
Before.
I'd have bought my bike before we got married.
What type of bike, man, I got?
The Yamaha, all black. Man, we still getting that bike. So
this is the McCullums, and they both say it's soul issues to the highest degree, soul counseling. Then the man of God, Nate, said he would do definitely soul counseling, soul issues, figuring out learning himself more, and then also going into the depth of finances and preparing himself, being able to handle it financially. Yes. So now we're going to move to the Burtons, everybody. These are our good friends right here, Aaron and Tiara. They've been married how long?
Almost 4 years.
And they are an All Nations couple. They met at All Nations, and they got married through All Nations. Dr. Matthew Stevenson married them, and they did it God's way. And it's been a journey watching their marriage. I was in their wedding, and I was single. So we're going to let them talk and let them hear it.
I love y'all.
And who wants to go first?
You go first.
I'll go first. I just love what the wives are saying. Like, if I could do it all over again, I would spend some time just learning who I am.
Wow.
And as a person, like there was times where I really felt like I was going through an identity crisis. Just
Jesus.
knowing the difference between me as a wife, me as a mother, and just me as an individual person outside of being a wife and a mother. I would have just spent time knowing who Tiara was instead of bringing who I thought I was supposed to be in the marriage. And I also would have spent more time under other wives. Like, I see the importance of that now. And then to have that as a single woman is a blessing. So if you single ladies out there, if you want to be a wife, get under a wife, a good wife. Like somebody that's going to call you out on your mess and say, you need to get this together before you can call yourself someone's wife or someone's mother. So I would have spent a lot of time just pouring into myself identity-wise. And the second thing would have been finances. Just getting some stuff with me off the ground first, like my art endeavors and all that. I would have took a little bit more time to get that stuff established, which I'm doing now.
You would pursue purpose a little more.
Yes, absolutely.
Wow, that's good. So she definitely said soul issues, and then learning herself, getting underneath a woman of God that can help mentor and develop you, and then lastly would be pursuing purpose more, and getting a foundation that already is set for her purpose in God. Yes. All right, Aaron.
Amen.
This is Clavell, Aaron Burton.
What's up, everybody? I think the biggest thing that I definitely would have got together before I got married was getting my ducks in order, i.e. finances, okay? Like, that was a big thing for me.
Jesus.
Knowing what I know now, I definitely could have put my family in a better position. You know, a party is one thing, but, like, your marriage is everything. You know what I'm saying? So, like, don't plan for a party. Plan for the rest of your life. Like, that's the way you should be thinking. You know, even when you're thinking about wanting to get married, you got to look like the rest of your life being married. So that means that you need to start already having the job that you want. You need to start seeking that thing out. You need to have a savings account, a real one. You know, not $20, not $50, not $100. You're not saving. You know what I'm saying? Because
you got snack money.
Right. That's gone. You know what I'm saying? This boy right here, he costs money. You know what I'm saying? He's expensive. And, you know, and I got two of them suckers. So, yeah. But yeah, like, this is something that you should, if you are a man and you are thinking about getting married and you are single, you need to have
Tell the
money.
men, bro.
You need to have your money together. Okay?
They gotta be rich.
No, you don't gotta be rich. You ain't even gotta be making $90,000. Listen.
Just know how to have discipline.
Exactly. That's all we got. We trying to say. Have
Because I'm gonna ask, can anybody answer this? Is love enough to keep a marriage?
Whoa.
Did y'all hear that?
No.
Can we
It's the
ask?
covenant. It's the covenant. The covenant is eternal. The love is temporal. Find the love. It is the covenant. Once you step into that, you are not getting
Let me tell you, real talk. My wife, I got to watch my wife minister the first time last night, and like it was just, and I know this all the way off the subject, but not really though, because in her ministering, I began to realize, like, man, like this is part of her purpose, like this is practice, and so it gave me the insight to say, hey, I gotta push her in this thing, I gotta begin to pull this out of her. So I was just so proud and just so blessed by her ministry of she teaching on intercession. I'm like, man, that's so insane. So now it's just overflowing, and we all up in here. So
Because and I'll say for me, you know, just to conclude, as we kind of just you draw on from everyone. Just even now being married, you know what I'm saying? And y'all know I wrote a whole book on preparing for marriage. Like, I have 25 ways to prepare for marriage. I spent intentional season preparing myself for marriage. And then even when I got into marriage, there were still things that I would say is being prepared for the inevitable. And I think that's the thing it's more of. For me, it was kind of coming in knowing that there are things in marriage that you just can't plan for. And you got to be ready for that. And I think it's like the moment you hit an issue or a problem, not thinking that you are married to the wrong one or you missed it, but it's knowing you married a human, and in marriage, it's expected for you to go through conflicts and trials and to go through moments where it's not going to make sense. You're going to question it, but that is when you learn how to become one. And so for me, I would say it definitely the biggest contribution to my marriage was me taking the season to understand what marriage really is, beyond what Hollywood has taught me, beyond what I've learned from other people that didn't do it successfully, and looking at people that have done it successfully and looking at them and saying, okay, how can I apply that to mine? And as well, I would be honest with you, yes, soul issues, getting more deliverance. I believe that I was prideful before I got married, very much so, to the degree that I thought I was ready. You can never get enough deliverance, all right? I would say you just can't get enough, man. You need it. And so if you don't know what I'm talking about, when I'm talking about deliverance, I'm talking about someone helping to walk you through the things you've been through in your life and how they've now impacted who you are today. And so why am I sharing all of this, man, and why we have these couples here? It's because me and Natasha are so passionate about helping you singles prepare for marriage. I am very, very, very proactive. Me and Natasha, we probably minister to close to anywhere between 2,000 to 3,000 singles a month on our weekly webinars, helping singles to prepare themselves for marriage. And now we are launching, we've created a conference called the Online Singles Conference. All right. If you haven't heard about it, I've been talking about it for the last few weeks. The Online Singles Conference is a 17-session conference. We're going to be hitting on your past, present, and future. We're going to be Friday night of the conference. We're going to be dealing with your devils, your demons, your deliverance, your breakups, your heartbreaks, all the things that is deep in you. We're going to be pulling that out. Dr. Faith Okoma, Monica Vanity, Marquita Rogers. We got a single mom. We got a divorcee, and we got a demon buster. They're going to come in back to back to back, all to hit you with the reality of you need to get your past together and make sure that stuff is not preventing you from moving into your future. And then we got the present. All right, I can't give you all the sessions for the present because there's so much good stuff, but my highlight of that session is going to be Apostle Camila Stevenson. She's going to be teaching on the making of a woman worth marrying. She's going to be teaching you on biblical womanhood and what it means to have identity as a woman, and how that's going to go over into your marriage, you being able to be secure in your womanhood. That is probably my favorite, most excited session, because it's such a needed for women to really understand what it means to be a wife today, and not just someone opens their legs and argues with their husband. And so that you have there's a helpmate portion that you need to understand. So we're going to be talking about that session, and then we're going to be talking about the pros and cons of online dating. We're going to be talking about the real struggles of being single. We're going to be talking about, man, there's so many sessions we got, man. So much, man. It's gonna be good. And then we have the future. We're gonna be talking about what it takes to have a healthy marriage. We got Heather and Cornelius Lindsay. We got Dr. Matthew Stevenson, my spiritual father, my pastor. He's been teaching you when dating and destiny collide. So what does that look like when you're dating someone, making sure your destiny is colliding together more than you are, more than just looking at being attracted and having the preference and then being 6 feet tall. Is it destiny and is it colliding? All right, so anyway, so that's my pastor talking about that. Then you got me and Natasha. We don't even know what we're going to be talking about yet. We're going to just kind of throw the dice out and just roll with it. But then we got Lamar and Ronnie Tyler. We got, and then last but not least, what everybody's been talking about, I knew we had to get a couple in here that could talk about finances. So we love His and Her Money, Ty and Talent McNeely. They're going to be talking about how to have a successful financial plan before you get married, and really giving you that breakdown. Guys, this is a conference you don't want to miss. So this is the deal. It's going up. The price is going up tomorrow night. You need to go register tonight. Don't play any games. Go register. Invest into your future. Married couples. How many of y'all wish y'all would have had something like this when y'all were single? That, you know what I'm saying? If you are married right now, yeah, everybody's saying that. You gotta realize that, man, this is something that you can definitely benefit from, that can help you get yourself together. And most importantly, man, you will thank us whenever you get married, because you'll be like, wow, I was ready for this moment because I went through the singles conference. So you can go to TOSC. How many of you have not registered yet? You need to go now, go register, and TOSC 2016.com. Now, guess what? For those that are asking about my book, you're going to get my book absolutely free when you register tonight, and you're going to get another training called Discovering Your Purpose that I did. Some people are registering right now. Congratulations. I see it's popping up on my screen. Thank you. Those of you that are jumping in and registering. So this is how it works with online singles conference. It's online, which means that we're going to record the entire thing. And guess what? We're not going to make you pay for the recordings. We're going to give them to you absolutely free. So even if you can't be there for the entire thing, or you got to go to work, or you got to go to school, or you got to go across seas, I don't know, or you got to go underwater for 7 hours. If you're missing that, you can definitely get the recordings, and you can play it back and have it forever. I like to say, guess what? You need to, even if you don't get this for you, get it for your future spouse. Because when you meet someone, you guys can go through these sessions together whenever you're dating someone. Think about it. All right. So go ahead and register tonight. Don't mess around. Don't wait to the last minute. Don't procrastinate. Go do it, man. And invest into yourself. It's only $67. Guess what? It's going to go up to $97 on Sunday night. Yes, we got a lot of folks saying it's a great investment. If any of you have been on any of our trainings, we don't hold back. We tell the straight truth and nothing but the truth. All right. So that's it. That's all I got. I guess you guys want to ask the couple some questions. The recording's free. How much for the recording? When you register, you get the recording. You get the recording of the conference absolutely free. It comes with your registration. All right. Do y'all want to ask some of the couple's questions? Let's see. Who do y'all want to ask somebody some questions, or y'all okay? We got 80-something folks on here. What are we're registering for the online singles conference? Is there a manual with it? You get my book for free. TOSC2016.com. TOSC 2000. They scared of y'all. They scared. They over here making sure y'all ain't got no hard questions. Can y'all please ask them a hard question? How did you know that your partner was the one? First one up. Okay. Now, granted, do y'all believe in soulmates or the one? No. So who? Let me just take a part. Babe, do you believe there's only one person for you to marry?
No.
Tiara?
Mm-mm.
Absolutely not.
It's a choice.
Right.
Choice every day.
So the unanimous decision is tonight that you could have had multiple people to marry. So how did you know who you married was the one? Who wants to tackle it for you, Aaron?
I'll tackle it because a lot of people, they get this understanding that, like it's going to be thunder and lightning and all this other stuff, and
Heaven's gonna open.
boom, there she is, or there he is, and it's not like that. How me and Tierra, how we met, it was a friendship first, and then the friendship turned into a burden, just to kind of like,
I remember you saying that to me.
Yeah, it literally was that. And, we were when we were friends, we were like friends. Like, it wasn't any sexual anything. It wasn't like, hey, I like you,
my
you
Holy
look
Ghost
good.
boundaries.
She did have those. Amen. Ooh, thank you, Jesus. Yeah. It wasn't anything sexual. We just had a legit foundation of friendship first, and then we went to the next level and say, hey, I want to date you, this, that, and the other. And then we went.
How long were you guys friends for?
Man, we was friends for about 6 months.
Wow. And his key was for him, he began to get a burden for her, and that's what began to draw him to
change my
Tierra.
emotions. Yeah.
And somebody asked, is it sinful to lust after your spouse?
No.
No,
I mean, what does it mean to lust?
Depends.
No,
It
what
depends.
do you mean?
Yeah, what do you
It depends.
to lust after your spouse. No, it's like
Like to desire them?
Yeah.
To desire them.
Oh.
No, I don't think there's a possible way to lust after your spouse.
If it's perversion in
Thanks
it,
for registering. Somebody just registered. Thank you for registering.
it depends.
Perversion in the form of like doing things.
Yeah,
like,
just thinking
to your
about
spouse
them.
that way.
Now we've had people ask questions.
Yeah, but to me, when I
but to
think of
lust-
lust, I think of
So somebody asked me,
desire.
how would I be when you shut? How was I when you shut down? So the time that Natasha ran out the house, drove away.
Okay, let me share the story.
Hold on. So hold on. So I mean, for me, they're asking how would I handle that. So whenever Natasha did that, for me, it was more of we had already had a conversation about how our parents argued, which that was in our premarital counseling with Dr. Matthew Stevenson. We talked about, he asked us, when your parents argued, what was their strategy or what were the things that they would do when they would argue? So Natasha kind of explained to me how it was for her parents, and I explained how it was for my parents, what they would do, some of the tendencies, and as well, what were some of the things, how do you respond when you're angry or mad? And so she kind of already let me in that she has moments where she would let things bottle up, and then she would explode, and then she would not, in her moments of explosion, so in a sober moment, we walked through what would happen in a time where emotions got real. And so when she did that, I was already in a way, I'm not going to say I was like fully prepared, but I was kind of prepared because we already had a conversation about it. And how did I handle it, babe? Like, for me, it was more of like, I kind of just, I think, yeah, I'm not a very super emotional person, that's not good. But for her, she wanted to get emotions out of me. And so for us in that moment, it was more of me just being very patient and knowing that this moment isn't about me and it's not against me. And I didn't take it personal. So that was more of the reality of when she did that. I didn't see it as a direct hit against me, but it was like, okay, how can I in this moment make sure, what did I do wrong to cause her to do that? And to be honest about that. Because the reality was, I'm not going to say I was perfect in this situation. I did something to cause her to do that. All right? So that's kind of how that flowed with me in that moment. You want to share on that one?
No, he pretty much did. I think for me, it was just learning how to like communicate. And I think too, like, in a way, because like he said, he's not a very emotional person, and for me, I'm very emotional. So that's where you can even go into when you're in a marriage of learning your spouse and learning like for me now, you know, we're celebrating 3 years that I'm seeing that he's more intentional, and when I am expressing something to him, he is more taking it into heart versus just kind of like being very surface. So when we first got married, he really didn't understand that part of me. But now that we're in a more healthier place, you know, he's able, you know, we're able to communicate, and he's able to understand me to where I don't, you know, act out like that. So I think at that time I was wanting him to respond a certain way, but he didn't know it because, you know, we were just married and stuff like that. And
so it's
I was
truly having patience for one another. Another question I want to ask is your spouse everything you thought you were going to marry?
What do you mean, like?
Like, in a sense of your preference, everything you thought you preferred.
No. I don't say that like that. But I did have, and me and my boys, when we were in the seasons of prepping, we had like our standards, like, hey, this. Right. We had our ideas of what we, you know, oh man, it looked like this, whatever the case may be. But I think that could kind of go both ways. One, you set a standard and a bar so high that it makes it difficult, or when people fall short of those expectations, it causes you to be disappointed or whatever the case may be. So in essence, no, not everything.
But did you settle?
No, not at all.
So it's like, I think it's that
no
balance.
Settle at all.
No settling, but it's it's not perfect.
It got to the point where it's like, okay, bro, like, let's be real here. Let's be practical here. You know what I'm saying? And so it got to the point of where it's like, let's come down. And it wasn't where it's a thing of where it's superficial, but it was like, let's just, you know.
You don't settle, but then you look at the person inside of them and who they are going to be prophetically. It's just like when God speaks to us prophetically, he's not talking to us right now. He's talking to the person inside of us and what we're going to become. So you have to look at the person, look at who you're even, you know, courting right now. Who is it? Look at what is inside of them. Obviously, they have to have those standards that they have to meet. But then it's like on those ones where it's like, okay, I don't know about that, but you have to look and see what God is preparing them to be, and are they movable? Are they obedient? Are they teachable? All of those different characteristics that have to go into that.
And I think women are real good at doing that, because a lot of times when me and Erica got married, like, she could easily be like, dude, you ain't this, you ain't got this, you ain't got that. Like, you know, so many things were not in place and not in order. But at the same time, she was able to see, like, okay, this is the giftings that God has placed on the inside of you. This is the call that God has upon you. Like, boom, 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 boom. This is where he wants to take you. Yeah. And so in seeing that, she was that, you know, to help me get on there. You know what I'm saying? So
somebody's asking. He said, come on, somebody.
Okay, no.
He said he thank God for her. So somebody asks, can you be perfect? I don't think you're always being perfected. And so you're always going to, I'll be honest with y'all, I thought I was ready to go for marriage. But then as soon as my first year, I was like, I am really got some issues. And I still got issues. All right, so where did y'all meet? They want to know, where did y'all meet? In like 30 seconds.
Perfect means whole.
Facebook.
We met,
We had a mutual friend.
Yeah, it was kind of like blind date situation. I had no idea he was in the world, and a friend brought
Not
us together.
carnal.
No. She didn't know you existed.
I was just out there, not carnal. Like I wasn't worldly, but I was.
Oh,
She said no. She didn't know you were in the
no,
world.
yeah,
You didn't
blind
know-
date.
Just
Yeah,
help him
blind
out.
date. A friend set us up.
Somebody else just registered. Welcome in. Thank you so much for registering. So they were blind dates, and they met on Facebook, mutual friends.
I was like, I
Y'all
gotta see a picture before I make any further moves. I seen the picture and I was like, let's ride.
I love it.
Smart man.
All right. Burdens, how did y'all meet?
All nations.
Yeah.
So they met at church.
At the altar, literally, because I was at the altar like every Sunday, and he was the worship leader. So.
Somebody. And then y'all
Aaron was like, man,
y'all know how we met. Me and Natasha, how we meet? How we meet?
Facebook.
Yep. So we met on Facebook. They met blind date, and they met at church. Nobody's story is the same. All right. I would have never thought that I would have met my wife on Facebook. I thought I was going to run into her in the grocery store. Our buggies were going to hit on the third aisle, and then she was going to fall to the ground. I was going to look her in the eyes, pick her up whenever she fell to the ground, and say, "You are the one for me." The violins would have been playing. The piano would have been playing. And I'll be like, "Girl, well, you want to come home with me?" Y'all had it all planned out, boy. I was ready. It don't happen the way you think, man. It don't happen the way you think. I really thought it was going to happen in the grocery store because there's something anointed about the grocery store.
Not Walmart.
No, not Walmart. You got to go to, like, you know what I'm saying, Kroger.
Mariano's is anointed.
Mariano's. So, hey, and then how many of y'all? Okay, listen. I gotta be honest with y'all. The cat's out. The cat's out of the bag, or the hat's. When you're undecided about something, what is that phrase? When you're undecided about something.
The cat's out the bag means the secret's out.
Okay, well, the secret's out. Whatever that means. We are going to have a session with one of our teachers going to be teaching on the pros and cons of online dating. I have some tips on that. I'm not going to say, we have a lot of our couples that are in married and young. Somebody else just registered. Thank you for registering. We have a lot of our couples. Do you believe in contraception in marriage or no? I believe, everybody has different.
It depends. I think it's with the couple. I think between the husband and wife deciding.
Yes, it depends on between you and your spouse. I think that's something that everybody in our generation today. A lot of people do planning differently. That was a great question that came. How did y'all work through money issues? How did you work through money issues? Might want to tackle that one.
Dave Ramsey, Financial Peace.
Dave Ramsey, Financial Peace.
Yes.
It's an awesome program. That and people who are doing well.
Get around some
You
folks.
can't talk to people who about not being broke and saving money. Like Tia was saying, if you want to be a good wife, get around good wives, good women. If you want to be financially solid, get around people who are financially solid. And principles of finance are all laid out in the Bible. It's all in there.
I love it. You having a hard time finding a wife? Get to a prophetic church. There's a lot of prophetic women in prophetic churches, and they would love to get you right. Have you ever dealt with exes popping up while you're recording?
Heck yeah.
The burden's over here, boy.
They will pop up.
This devil said they're gonna come to the church, all right, and try to come up on my woman. I said, wait a minute.
Oh, no.
I said, wait a minute. You ain't finna roll up in my church, try to come step to my woman.
No, but I would say expect it, especially once you get closer towards making the goal of marriage. All hell is going to break loose. So just expect it. I mean, exes and everybody that you ain't heard from since 5 years ago, they're going to come and they're going to try it. So
Heck
just
yeah.
And they come
expect
saying
it.
like, congratulations.
Exactly, real sneaky.
So happy
Exactly.
for you.
Cut.
All right, goodbye. No, we not.
Y'all, the baby looks like an angel. I mean, that's like a straight Gerber baby. Dear God. That's another potential for harvest right there. Or for the new one. No, actually, that could be Melody's husband.
I mean,
That could be Melody's husband. All right. Any more questions, ladies and gentlemen? A lot of y'all, who's going to go register after we get off this Periscope? That's what I need to know. I need to make sure y'all investing in y'all future. And y'all getting this information. All right. Thank you so much that already registered. Awesome. When you know where you're going, you won't settle. Absolutely. Thanks for those that read. How do we get the book? You get the book. It'll come to your email when you register. How do you deal with differences between you and your spouse's wants?
Communication.
but submit to communication. Like,
Okay. For those that have had, this is a good question. I think we should tackle. Hey, we do have a marriage conference coming up in June. I believe it's going to be June 11th. It's going to be Lovers and Friends marriage conference. Lovers and Friends. We're going to be talking about communication. What was the question? Oh, dealing with sex before marriage. If you've already had sex before marriage, how is it for you after marriage?
Sex with
Like
your
in a
spouse, right? Or
no. I'm not sure exactly what the question exactly
is
is.
it with the spouse or is
But
it?
is sex before marriage different than sex in marriage?
Yes.
Babe, how you know?
I talk to people and it's different. Look, listen to this. When you're in the world, when you're a sinner and you're in the world and you're sinning, and then you find Jesus and your life is never the same.
She came back
right?
strong, didn't she,
So
boy?
the thing is when you
it is
come into covenant under the blood, and you have sex under the blood, and it is honorable before God. That's the best sex you'll ever have.
Hey!
Yes.
All right.
But you know, so you line up everything with the word, like my sister said.
Oh Lord! Welcome, somebody else just registered. Thanks for registering. Thanks for
I've
registering.
heard it from people. Yeah,
I got her stirred up, y'all. I was gonna make sure she ain't come in line to me. You know. I mean, she said yes, quick, boy. I was like, hey, how you know? We supposed to be virgins. All right, so for Aaron, who else want to answer that question? Anybody?
It's definitely different. You know what I'm saying? Because, you know, when you're not saved, like, there's so much guilt and condemnation that comes on you when you're trying to live righteous, and then you trying to, you know what I'm saying, do your dirt on the side or whatnot. But then when you submit your members, when you submit your members and you get before the Lord and you literally wait, come on, and then you get with somebody that, you know what I'm saying, that has the same vision and the same goals as you. You know what I'm saying? And then you consummate your marriage with that type of person. Come on,
it was honor. It was so much honor. Like for us, we courted for 2 years. We waited. Like we didn't kiss. Our first kiss was on the altar. Like I wasn't a virgin when we got married, so I can't say that sex inside of marriage is different. Because before I was married, it was more to fill voids, and like he said, it was like guilt and all that condemnation and stuff. So now you're in a place of safety where it's like I'm doing this in honor, like for my husband, because he wants me. I'm not like throwing myself at him because I got a void that I'm trying to fill in my heart. This is actually something that I want to do, and it's not something to fix, like some temporary fix that I'm trying to get. So it's definitely a difference. So I encourage everybody to wait, and if they can't wait for you,
get married. If you can't wait, get married. I'm just playing. Don't get married for sex. It is not. It is not. It is not that big of a deal. Don't get married for sex. You have folks that if you're shacking up and you're living together, you're basically, my thing would say, if it's because you really can't control yourself, then guess what? Marriage is not going to fix you. Marriage does not help you with lust, okay? It does not cover your lust up, all right? It does not deliver you from lust. Marriage does not. You've got to get that taken care of before you get married. Because the reality is, if you don't have self-control before marriage, what makes you you're going to have self-control inside of marriage? If you can't control yourself and you over here, touching yourself, you over here doing all, I'm coming at you in the reality of, you've got to learn how to have self-control and self-discipline before, because the reality is that you're going to get married, the sex is going to be good, and it's going to be awesome for the first few weeks, and then guess what? It's going to be the old. And you're going to be like, dang.
But my thing is too is that
So when we're talking about communication, it's like it's so key that you both have to be emotionally in tune with one another, because if not, like that all plays in part with sex. It's not just this physical thing where, oh, I'm feeling this way, let's do it tonight. But if your husband isn't serving you, if you're not serving your husband, if you guys are not communicating, if you're not praying together, if you're not in tune, you're not going to want to get in bed and have sex. You're going to want to run away. Like, you know why? I want to leave. So
I'm saying, because sex is not about the orgasm. The orgasm is the benefit. It is the overflow. It's the what's the word? It's like the icing on the cake. But honestly, the goal in sex is the oneness. It's the opportunity to become one, to do the one thing that you can't do with anyone else. I can hug somebody. I can kiss another woman on, not another woman, but I can kiss my mama on the cheek. You know what I'm saying? I can, you know what I'm saying? I can do a lot of things with a lot of people, but the one thing I can't do with nobody else is become one with them, and sexually, emotionally, in that way. And that's the thing that you have between you and your spouse, is an opportunity to remind each other that this is the thing that no one else has but me and you. That is the goal of sex, is to make you one. And think about it, when you're doing it with someone you're dating, you're not in covenant. You're temporary. You're giving them a covenant benefit for something that's a temporary situation. And that's not the Lord. And you're setting yourself up for failure. So please, guys, I'm telling you, don't do it. Withstand, have self-control. Guess what? Now, this gives another session I could talk about. I don't know if you guys ever heard the 30-year-old virgin, Jim Dre Westbrook. He was on Steve Harvey. We had him speaking at the conference. He's going to be talking about his journey with being a male, being a virgin. And I'll be honest with y'all, just as a man, he's a good-looking man. He's fit. He's got he goes to the gym. And I know he's getting hit on by ladies. I know he's had opportunities to give it up, but he hasn't. And we're going to be asking him what has kept him, what's helped him to, you know what I'm saying? Yeah, I mean, we need to get him married, but I'm gonna see what God does, and so we need to get him married. But I'm excited to hear what God has to say. What God has to say through him to encourage you that are in the struggle of trying to abstain from sexual temptation. And also, those who that ask, how do we prepare ourselves to have sex as virgins? We did read a book. I believe it was called Sheet Music. It was a book that we read that gave you just enough information to prepare yourself for the wedding night, but then, and it tells you actually right in the middle of the book, it says don't read it together, and then it says also don't continue past this point until after you're married. So literally it has things to read right before, like literally the moment that you say I do, the night of. Yeah, we didn't read that. We was I'm so on the land, and so it was a great book, and so but it gave you just enough information to kind of prepare you to where you're not overwhelmed and fearful. But honestly, guys, listen to me. It takes years to really learn how to please your spouse. It takes practice. It takes experimenting. It takes trying things out. It takes a whole lot of prayer. It takes a whole lot of patience to truly tap into how to please your spouse. It ain't going to be the first night. You're not going to be sitting around here on the walls, going from wall to wall to wall. You're not going to be sitting around here on the, you know what I'm saying? It's none of that stuff. It's not like the movies. I'm telling you real honest truth. Stop over here fantasizing about your wedding night. It's blown out of proportion. It takes a lot of time. What they say, Nate? What they be doing?
Movies be lying. Movies lie to you so bad.
Why they be lying, Nate? Why they be lying, Nate? I'm trying to find that book so I can make sure. So it's Sheet Music, but there's another book. If I find it, I'll let you go. It's another one, but
I call him mom.
So anyway.
The couple on the pastor.
Is it his knees, her knees?
No, not his knees, her knees. It was a book on it, and it had it. It's not Sheet Music. No. All right. If one person waited and one didn't, was the other person patient with the version? I'm not sure. After the conference, how much was the recording for those can't pay? But it's going to be $147 if you don't register now, because we're going to charge you regular registration. The Way, have you read it? I have not, but guess what? I should have invited them for this conference. Devon Franklin and his wife, I should have invited them for the conference. But we'll get them next year for the seniors conference. But I haven't read The Way yet. I'm going to go read it just so I can get some more information on what was their journey for preparing for marriage. Sorry, y'all, we got kids. what happened. We all got kids, and they real.
Like,
They turned up. Look at them. They laying hands on each other. So these right here, this is two of Harvest's potentials right here.
Like three.
We're gonna see what the Lord does.
So it was almost like,
Yeah.
it was like,
We're gonna see what
I don't
God
want to
does.
say you forget, but it's
Yeah, there'll be a singles conference every year because folks is gonna be single, you know, and folks be getting ready for marriage. I'm trying to find my. Y'all, one of these, it's in one of these books right here,
I learned that.
but I don't know which one it is. One of these books is the book. But I ain't got time to be looking for it.
can we talk about the safe sex?
No, what's the safe sex?
Can we kill that devil right now?
What's safe
All
sex?
them folks, literally safe sex is the practice of oral sex when they think that just because they're not penetrating each other.
I think folks understand
They
that.
need to know.
So, okay, now I'm not going to ask these couples what they did before they got married, in regards to what they were able to do. But I know for me and Natasha, hey, we will be selling the recordings. Yes, thank you. Someone just registered. Welcome in. I'm glad you registered. I'm glad you joined us. Okay. If you, for those of you that are registered for the conference, you're going to get the recordings for free. After the conference, we're going to be reselling them, but they will be much more expensive than it will be for the registration cost. Much more expensive because they're going to be packaged with other bonuses and other things that's a lot more expensive. So register now so you can have the recordings for that cheap price. So me and Natasha, regarding what we did before we got married, we did kiss at our engagement. But we definitely, we say we agree, we regret kissing at our engagement only because it just accelerated the physical for us. So we encourage couples, if you can, please abstain from any physical activity before marriage. So
We did it. We didn't kiss. That was my thing. I said I didn't want anyone that was gonna put me in a compromising position. So that was my prayer to God, and He answered that. Even as little as kissing. Some people can handle kissing. I knew I could not handle kissing. So that was my thing. I'm like, if He's okay with that, He was okay with it. He was like, cool.
Yeah.
No pushback.
I think that's good of like.
thank you.
what
Someone just registered. Welcome in. I think we've had about 5 or 6 of y'all. Can we get 20 of y'all to register? 20 of y'all. We already have, I think we're sitting at 250 registered. My goal is 1,000 by the end of February. 1,000 by the end of February. So, yes, if you are doing anything outside of, when it comes to the physical, you both, I'm telling you, make sure if it's not something that your pastor will not agree on, that's where you got to kind of look at that standard. Would your pastor agree on what you're doing physically before marriage? You know what I'm saying? For me and Natasha, we would say once we started kissing, it got a lot harder for us to protect our boundaries. Because it was just like when we were together, that's all we was thinking about. You know what I'm saying? Welcome in, someone else just registered.
The thing is, too, is even a couple days before our
Exactly. Would Jesus agree? And I'll be honest, man, you got plenty of time to get it on once you're married. Doing anything, your dating season is not to get it on physically. It's to learn each other. It's to learn each other, man. So I'll be honest, man, it's a society around us that's kind of made it hard for us to abstain sexually and to not kiss. Holding hands is not bad, but I'll be honest with you, even that, you can start holding hands, you start caressing. I know in the movies, we got a little, you know what I'm saying, my hands. She gonna just throw me under the bus. Just throw me all the way under the bus. So, I'll be honest, man, I'm not gonna say it was not a perfect, process, and we both regret those moments of compromise. And so the thing is that's why we say that you need to have accountability.
Yes, have accountability.
You need to have accountability because the moment you open that door and you unlock that lock and that door open ooh, that feels good.
yeah.
You're in trouble, and it just becomes very challenging. And so don't set yourselves up for failure, man. Don't see how far you can get before you feel convicted. Don't do it, man. Just be honoring to the Lord. Be honoring to the Lord and in the entire process.
You do. I'm just saying. It just happens.
Yes, when we met on Facebook, we were long distance, and we did not spend more than 72 hours together under the same roof until we were married. Like, that's how it was, man. And we have an amazing marriage. We met and married, and we met face to face and married in 9 months. And I mean, it was long distance. We talked on the phone, we Skyped, and it was an amazing journey. So if you want to go watch that story, it's called the Facebook Love Story. You can go watch it on YouTube, the Facebook Love Story. Well, hey guys, it's been amazing hanging out with y'all tonight. We had fun. We love these couples. We love these couples, man, and love the McCullums, love the Burtons, and hopefully you guys are able to.
We love these chicken wings.
Boy, Natasha cooked these chicken wings tonight.
Oh, Lord Jesus, be offense.
How many of y'all got something from tonight that tonight encouraged you? How about y'all throw something? Sorry, I'm patting my head. Throw something in the chat room of what you learned tonight. What is something that you pulled away from tonight? What did you get? We are the Millers. Yes, we are. Y'all see that M right there? Boom. We are the Millers. What did you get from tonight? Give me a quick little snippet. Something you pulled from tonight. What was a nugget that you grabbed that really blessed you? I proposed to her in front of my family. Her family was on Skype. It was at my house. Know me first. Somebody said finances. Hoping to find married friends to fellowship with. Awesome, we do too. Find some married friends, man. It makes marriage a lot easier. Learn yourself before marriage. I agree. Anybody else? Stay married is a choice. Learn how to communicate to your spouse effectively. Boundaries are key in friendship. Learn more about me before adding someone else to my life. Self-preparation. Just encouraged to know how to handle dating when that season comes. Let God prepare me. Area my finances. Control your emotions. Get your finances together. There's no such thing as the one. Learning to become the one. Yes. Encourage. Stop settling and believing that people are perfect. No, nobody's perfect. And nobody's going to meet all your needs like Jesus. Emotional healing. Absolutely. Please get whole emotionally. Man, God will do it. Don't start the sex engine if you don't want to drive to the bedroom before marriage. Yes, man, you're exactly right. Don't turn that engine on, because once it on, man, yeah. Get deliverance. Marriage doesn't fix lust. It sure don't. If you raging, yes, it don't fix lust. That's a sermon. That is a sermon. Awesome. Well, guys, I'm glad you all got something from tonight. Be encouraged in the journey of singleness, and may God bless you and keep you during this time. Please go register for the conference. It goes up tomorrow night, and TOSC2016.com. TOSC2016.com. $67. Some of y'all pay more for a pair of jeans, and a pair of jeans has not even done anything for your future besides making you look better. And so $67, man. Or some of you pay that for your hair. Some of you get your hair done. You paying $150 to get your hair done. Just being honest, man. Invest into your future. And I'm gonna give y'all a secret. If you really can't afford it, think about this. Do you have 5 other single friends? How about y'all split it and y'all come and watch it together under one computer? We don't care. We just want you to get it. So go split it, man. Go split it with some other folks, and y'all come out of the house and y'all watch it together. Y'all bootleg it. I don't care. Just please get this information in your life. Whatever you gotta do. If you register, invite the whole neighborhood and charge a fee. I'm charging y'all $5 cover charge to get in my house and watch it. You know what I'm saying? Just get it done and make sure that you're not missing out on this. Will the marriage conference be online too? Yes, we did it last year. It was called Sex Without Sheets, and it was fully on sexual intimacy, and it was the bomb. So make it work. Please make it work. All right, guys. I'm gonna sign off here. I'll see you guys later. Love you. Bless you. May God keep you. And I'll see you guys later. Bye. Oh, y'all wanna say bye? My wife and Nate and Erica and Natasha went to the bedroom, to Harvest's room. Yeah. They want to say bye?
Oh, bye.
Thanks for being.
Say bye, boys.
Say bye-bye.
Say bye.
Bye. Isaiah, say bye.
Bye, y'all.